Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. And let me tell you, this last month, it has been a place to heal. So today is day 18 of my experience. And for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna call it the 2022 flu, because me and YouTube, we have always been on really good terms with each other. And I noticed a lot of people recently that are getting in trouble for talking about this. And I really want to get this information out to you because, okay, so before we even get started, I just want to say this is going to be a little bit longer video than I normally do. I usually do about 10-15 minutes. This is going to be a little bit longer. I'm going to try to hit this as fast as I can. So I hope everybody can keep up because I want to get all this information to you guys. Because, you know, when I got diagnosed positive, and I'm not the only one, I'll explain here in just a second. I started doing some research and, you know, I started reading all this stuff and all these people were giving out all this crazy information. And we're talking people that have never had it, people that have never experienced it. They don't know what it feels like. All they're doing is parroting what they heard on another website, right? Take this, take that, do this, do that. And then I would contact them and I would say, hey, have you experienced this? Did you go through? Oh no, I haven't had it. Then why are you giving out information to people if you haven't done that? Okay, so and so I want to take you through the whole thing so you guys kind of know, because let me tell you, the reason I'm doing this video, I wasn't even going to do it, but the reason I'm doing this video is because there's so many people, there's so much fear. Fear. This is a fear-demic. I'm telling you, the fear is just crazy. I mean, I've had people calling me going, I just tested positive. I don't know what to do. Oh my God. You know, or this person and that person down the block just had it and my neighbor just died and I want to know, you know, what to do. So I want to hit a few things to kind of put your mind at ease, okay? Today is day 18 of my 2022 flu experience, and I'm even going to tell you why we named it that. Okay, so right before Christmas, we decided we were going to exchange gifts. So all the families got together to exchange gifts. And I got over into my son-in-law's house and my son-in-law was like, you know, and I was like, whoa, what is wrong with you? And he's like, I don't know. I was at work and, you know, I just feel like, God, I'm achy. And I'm like, and he's like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So, not the very next day, so not 24 hours, but the day after that, I woke up with a really weird earache. It was kind of like down in here. And I was like, wow, that's a really weird ear pain. I've never had anything like that. But after about 3 or 4 hours, the pain went away. Now, mind you, I was only inside that house, my son-in-law's house, 10 minutes just to drop off presents because he was sick, and I left. I was not wearing a face covering. So, you know, whatever. So I went ahead and I dropped off the presents, and like I said, 24 hours later, I woke up with the ear pain. I didn't think anything of it. 3 hours later, it was kind of numb and it kind of went away. So I didn't think anything of it. That night I went to bed. I went to bed like at, you know, regular time, 10 o'clock. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I had to go to the bathroom. And when I got up, I went to lift my head up off the pillow and I was like, whoa, what the living hell is this? It felt like one of the worst hangovers that I have ever had. I mean, my head was throbbing and I was like, whoa, oh my God, whoa, you know, and literally that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like the worst hangover I have ever experienced. So silly me, I'm not thinking, I'm sitting here thinking, because the only time that I never get headaches, the only time I ever get headaches like that is when I have liver toxins, right? So me, in my silliness, I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking, why does my head hurt so much? Did I take too much turmeric yesterday? What did I eat that could have had toxins in it? I didn't put two and two together yet. But then I went to take my feet off the bed to get onto the floor to go to the bathroom, and the ache in my muscles and the body aches, I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And all of a sudden it hit me. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and I didn't. So the very next morning, my daughter called me and she says, Mom, we're all sick, every single one of us. So we're going to here in Albuquerque, they have Balloon Fiesta Park, and they have a huge place down there where you can get tested. So she's like, and I told her, I said, I'm sick too. I got sick overnight. And she says, I said, the grandkids are sick. They were all sick. His family was sick. She was sick. Everybody contacted it. So I want to stop here real quick, and I want to let you know, because there's a lot of information out there that if you've gotten the the symptoms go by a lot quicker, or, it's not as bad, or blah, blah, blah. And I can honestly tell you that our family is split right down the middle. This household has not gotten it. We do have, like, my daughter's a nurse. She had to get it for her job. My son-in-law works for the city. He had to get it for his job. His sister had to get it. So we are split right down the middle, where half of us got the needle and the other half have not. And I can tell you right now from personal experience that contact, it did not stop anyone from getting any quicker or any faster. The minute we had contact with it, everybody got it, whether we got the needle or didn't get the needle. And the symptoms progressed identical, right? So we were calling each other and I'm like, hey, do you got this now? Because every day the symptoms do morph and you get a little bit different symptoms as this thing goes progressing through your body. So we noticed that everybody's symptoms were, neck and neck, just neck and neck. And like I said, everybody, it's day 18 now. And there is not a single one of us that had to go to the hospital, and not a single one of us that had to go see a doctor. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you exactly what we did, okay, so that you can do this. The first thing that I want to tell you guys is the fear, okay? As soon as we all tested positive, the first thing that we all decided on was phones off, the world goes away, right? Everybody relaxed. No phone calls, no people contacting each other. We are going to listen to our bodies, and we are going to do what our bodies said to do, right? No, because let me tell you, the minute that fear sets in, your inflammation markers are going to go up. Your cortisol levels are going to go up. Everything is going to go up. This is going to make it 10 times harder for you than it has to be. So for us, that's what I told the kids. I don't care if you guys sleep 20 hours a day. And we were sleeping 20 hours a day. That's what my body was asking me, and I was fine. I did not tell anybody you're being lazy, you need to get up, you need to eat, nothing. That's the second half, eating. This virus is going through your liver, and it makes you very nauseated, right? Because it has a lot of bacteria and a lot of junk that your liver is trying to filter out. It's trying to bring that viral load down, right? So you're very nauseated, and there's nothing that you want. So if you don't want to eat, I didn't eat for 4 days, but I kept hearing other people sitting there on the groups telling people, you need to eat because you need to keep your energy up. No, you don't. You do not. Let me tell you, your body uses 80% of its resources to digest food. You know what your body could be using those 80% resources on? Healing you, getting that viral load down. So if you're not hungry, for God's sake, don't push yourself to eat. You don't want to do that, okay? So I can tell you the first 4 days are going to be the hardest, right? You're going to have the really bad headaches. You're going to have the back pain. And the reason is your creatine levels are going crazy. Your kidneys are going crazy because it's got to filter all that virus through there. So your kidneys are going to struggle. So you're going to get the back pain. You're going to get the liver pain, right? You're going to get the nausea because your liver is working very hard to bring that viral load down. So here's what you don't want. None of us took any pain medication, all right? And the reason is because pain medication is synthetic, right? So your liver is working very, 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 very hard to try to filter these toxins out, right? The last thing your liver needs is pain medication introduced into the liver. And then the liver's like, oh, I got to deal with the synthetic junk, right? So it's not going to deal with lowering the viral load. It's going to deal with taking care of the synthetic medication and how to take care of that. So we all decided from the very beginning we were not going to take Tylenol, Motrin, none of that junk. No, we weren't going to bog down our livers with that. So I'm going to show you here my saving graces. All right, this is how we made it through. Like I said, today is day 18. I've been working out at the gym now for 2 days. So day 16, I was already in, I was already out, and I was back at the gym. Okay, these things, I know some of you know what they are, right? You put ice in them. They're really cheap. You can pick them up at Walmart. Let me tell you, the first 3 days, this was my godsend, because the throbbing from the toxins in your liver, your head feels like it's going to explode. So it was great. I had this, and I had wet cold rag. I would even put them in the freezer, and then I would take them out and I would put them on my forehead. This was me for the first 3 days. And sleep. If you got to sleep 15 hours, you got to sleep 20 hours, don't hate yourself. Your body's asking you. I had friends that are like, Marie, you need to get up. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to obey my body. My body is the best doctor out there. And that's what I did. For like the first, I don't even know, I think I was up only like 5 hours for the first 5 days. I didn't get up. But, after that, what I would do is at least once an hour, or when I woke up, I did walk around the house, because you don't want pneumonia to set in, right? So it's very important for you to get up and walk. Even if it's just, I would come out here into the living room, I would walk around the thing, I would, take a few deep breaths, get some air in, and I would head right back to bed. Okay, so next on my list, humidifier. I don't care if you get yourself a little cheap $10, $15 humidifier. You want to sleep with a humidifier on, because that humidifier is going to keep your lungs moist. It's going to keep your nasal passages moist. It's going to keep everything nice and flowy, right? So you're not going to get, the chest problems and the sinus problems and everything else. I had a humidifier in each room, right? I've had them for years, and I just started cranking all of them up. We wouldn't use them during the day, but if we were going to sleep, we definitely turned them on, so that we can keep all our nasal passages and our lungs nice and moist. You want that. Okay, let's see. Another thing was magnesium powder. Now, every night before I went to bed, I doubled up on magnesium. Okay, so magnesium powder you can pick up at anywhere. And it usually comes with a little scoop like that. So it tells you to put 1 scoop in 8 ounces of water. And what I did was I doubled up. I did 2 scoops in water. The reason I did that is because magnesium stops you from getting, the body aches, the cramps. It relaxes your muscles, so you don't get it as bad. Next thing was D3. D3 is very important for you to stop the muscle aches and the muscle cramps and the bone pain that you're going to experience. So that was basically all I took for the first 3 days to allow my liver to start, kicking in on this virus. So after that, I started taking Tutka. Okay, there you go, Tutka. So Tutka, what it does is it gets into your liver and it starts cleaning your liver. So I was taking 2 of these at bedtime with a nice big old glass of magnesium, right? So I wanted that junk to work through my liver a lot faster. So Tutka helps you rejuvenate your liver very quickly because you will have issues with your liver. Okay, so after the 3 days, I started taking monolaurin. So let me get that up there. Monolaurin is great for the fatigue. Right, so I had a lot of problems finding it. I wanted to find L-lysine. Okay, I only found the chewable. They didn't have any anywhere. So if you can do L-lysine with monolaurin, that is great, because this helps kill viruses in the body and this helps with fatigue. So if you put them together, they are great. But like I said, I waited 3 days. Okay, before I did that. One thing that I did do, and we sell it at our store, and I was very lucky to have it here, is Zen tea. Okay, so Zen tea contains, chonca piedra, goldenrod, hydrangea root, celery root, horsetail, uva ursi, marshmallow root, parsley, and nettles. So it's really good for your kidneys. So every day, I would have at least, from day 1, every day I would have at least 1 glass of the Zen tea because it supported my kidneys and my adrenals. I needed that support for my poor kidneys and my adrenals, so that I didn't have any pain in my back. And as you know, I've had kidney issues, so I didn't want that happening again. Peppermint, and eucalyptus. So years and years ago, right, a friend of mine made me this. This is just, it's an old t-shirt is what it is, and they cut it up, and inside is full of rice. And I don't know what it is about rice, but it pulls out impurities from the skin, especially if it's warmed up. It's great for like earaches and anything like that. So what I did was you put it in the microwave. Okay, you put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes and you heat it up nice and hot. And then what I would do is I would take like eucalyptus and I'd put a little bit on there, and oh man, not only are you breathing that in, but that warmth on your lungs helps just bring all that stuff up. It is so great. I mean, it felt so good. The heat and the cold. I'm telling you, heat and cold are going to be your best friends. Showers. Every day I took 1 or 2 showers. You don't feel like getting up. You don't feel like getting in the showers, but trust me, that shower is going to be your best friend. That water on you, I don't know what is so healing about that water, but man, after every single shower, I felt so much better, and I was able to stand and I was able to walk around, and I felt so much better. But you really got to push yourself to get out of bed and, and start feeling better. Quercetin with bromelain brings down inflammation. So this is wonderful for that. And alfalfa. Alfalfa contains, believe it or not, it contains most of the vitamins and the minerals that your body needs to feel better. Okay, so I was on those, but like I said, I gave my liver 3 days just with the TUDCA to try to help that out, and then the tea for my kidneys. So I just wanted to support my liver and my kidneys, my liver and my kidneys, my liver and my kidneys. Cold water, hot packs, showers. Cold water, hot packs, showers. That's literally what I did, and sleep. That's literally what I did for like the first 4 to 5 days. Just let the days go. I mean, just like I said, relax. It's you getting all freaked out, you getting all stressed out, you panicking and everything else that makes everything worse. Another thing that I told my grandkids, and I also told this to my group and everything, you know, all you guys that watch me, you guys are health nuts, right? You guys are taking your green juices. You guys are doing coffee enemas, which I did one every single day, by the way, from day one. As soon as I was able to get up, I was doing a coffee enema every single day to get that circulated out of my liver. And you guys, excuse me, I still got the leftover cough. You guys, this is what you have been training for. This right here. This is why you do liver flushes. This is why you do coffee enemas. This is why you do green juices. This is why you do all these supplements right here. This is your Olympics right here. So, you know, I kept telling the kids, we trained for this. We got this. We totally got this. So the reason that we decided to call it the 2022 flu instead of COVID is because, or Rona or anything like that, is because just like the word cancer, right? There's a lot of very ugliness, a lot of evil, and a lot of, there's a lot of it that is associated with it. Right? So even in my early stages when I was very sick, I used to go to the doctors, and the doctors would tell me, oh, I see you're diabetic. I said, no, I'm not diabetic. I have some sugar metabolizing problems, and, you know, I'm working on that, and I'll take care of it. And they're like, okay. I would not let them label me as a diabetic. I did not want that label, right? And just like I didn't want that label, I did not want this label, because there's a lot of nastiness that surrounds that word, that C word. And there's a lot of, you know, all these stories, because let me tell you, there's 50,000 people that go into the hospital and only 2 die. And those 2 are the ones they're going to focus on, right? That's the story that they're going to grind into you because they want to push that fear. So my granddaughter says to me, like on the 3rd day, she says, Grandma, she came into my room and she says, she started having, because this flu also affects your nervous system. So she came into my bedroom and she had the shake. She was like this. It was almost like Parkinson's. And she goes, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? She was stuttering. She couldn't get the words out because this was affecting her nervous system. So I instantly started giving her B-complex to support her nervous system. B-complex, you can pick it up in a liquid. You can pick it up in pill form where you can just, you know, they dissolve underneath your tongue. That's the ones I bought her, you know, and I had them here because I've always got B-complex. It's one of the things that I live on every day. And within 24 hours, all those symptoms were gone. But she said to me, Grandma, she goes, I got a really bad feeling about this virus. I just got a feeling I'm not going to make it through. And I'm like, stop. That is no, I'm not going to hear that. Everyone is going to be fine because this is just a stupid flu. That's all it is. It's a 2022 flu. We are not going to call it that anymore because, you know, every time she would say that word, it was almost like depressing to her. You know, and there was so many nastiness involved with that word. So I said, no, we're not going to label ourselves that. You know, I don't care. And my youngest, she kept running around going, I got flurona. I got flurona. So I was like, we're not even going to call it that. We're going to leave that alone. You know, and I even had friends that would call me and they're like, hey, how's that Billy Ray Cyrus virus doing? you know, because they knew I refused to go into that COVID word. I did not want that. So I kept telling them, this is just the flu, man. It's just a walk in the park, just a walk in the park. So around day 8, I think it was day 8 or day 9. Yeah, 8 or 9. I got up and suddenly my body said, you need to move. It's important that we move. And I told the kids, get dressed. We're going down to, there's a park, a local park here nearby, and they have a lot of places to sit. And it's about, all the way around, it's about 2 miles. So I told them, I said, we're gonna go get some sunshine today, and we're gonna go get some fresh air today. And that's what we did. And, you know, my oldest granddaughter was like, Grandma, please don't make me get up. I don't want to get up. I'm like, get up, let's move. We need to move these machines. These machines were never meant to be idle. Let's go. And that's what we did. We started walking, you know, and she was like, oh, it's kind of I feel a little better. I said, yeah, because you're getting that fresh vitamin D. And you're getting, you know, we took our water with us. That's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. Get yourself, if you haven't had it yet, there's a good chance you're going to catch it. Get yourself, this one is called TAL, T-A-L. You see that? And these are great because they keep water cold for like 24 hours. So I had one of these by the bed constantly. Now I can tell you from talking to nurses and doctors here, especially locally, that one of the things that they told me, Marie, the biggest thing that we're seeing in the emergency room is dehydration. So it's very important. I bought one of these, each one of the kids had one, and I would fill it up every morning, and I would have it right by your bed. I want it gone by the end of the day. I want it gone by the end of the day, at least 2 of these, because it's very important to hydrate, you know, keep those lungs hydrated, keep everything hydrated, right? So that you could keep moving. So that was very important. We took our water, everything else. And then from that day on, what we started doing was we'd put chairs outside. And we'd set our timer, 15 minutes, and we would just sit there and just absorb the sun, and we would do some nice breathing, you know, and get that fresh air into our lungs, really get that fresh air into our lungs. One other thing that I personally did was I would splash really ice cold water on my face, because that really helps with your vagus nerve, right, with your nervous system. So I would do that. I would get that cold water on my face first thing in the morning to feel better. And then at night, I would do 3 minutes of oming. If you've never heard of that, you can go to YouTube and you can push 3-minute om, O-M. And I would just lay there in bed, and it would be like, nice deep breath. And then it would be like, and they make you take home. And what that does is the humming actually sends vibrations down your spinal cord and into your vagus nerve. So it helps with, you know, feeling good and helping your nervous system out, right? So this is my arsenal right here. This was my arsenal. Not a single one of us, I hope I didn't confuse everybody with all the information, but not a single one of us saw a doctor. Not a single one of us had to go to the hospital, and not a single one of us had a single complication. So this week, we took 2 weeks off. This week, the kids went back to school on Monday. Today is Thursday. So the kids went back to school on Monday. So we basically, from point of contact, it was from the time we had contact with the person, the very next day we started showing very simple symptoms. Some people were sore throat, earaches, whatever. And then 48 hours was when the initial symptoms fell into place. And from contact in, out, it was exactly 16 days. All right. And like I said, day 17, I was back at the gym. I was already working out at the gym, not full bore, I wasn't. I usually do 3 sets of everything. I just took it down to 1 set of everything. I didn't want to relapse. So, but I am going back to the gym. I have gone completely back to normal, and the kids are already back to school and everything else. And everyone is fine. And this is basically what we did. And I believe, I really do, you guys. I believe that what helped everyone, especially in this household, what helped everyone was like, even my oldest granddaughter, she was like, I feel bad because all I'm doing is sleeping. I'm like, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. If you sleep all you want. I said, I don't care if you sleep for 3 days straight. Sleep. Your body is needing to heal. And we are very harsh on ourselves. We are so hard on ourselves. It's like, it's demands. No, I have to get up. I have to cook for the kids. No, the kids are just like, I'm not even hungry. I don't want to eat anything. Okay. I just want to drink water. Okay. That's fine. If that's what, I just want a little bit of this, that. Okay. One of the things that I can tell you is that sugar is going to feed this. So, I became one of the blessings, because I always try to find blessings in everything that I go through, right? I mean, number one, I'm blessed because I'm able to bring this information to you guys. I mean, here's another been there, done that, and I was able to, show you guys what it feels like on day 17, I mean, yeah, I sound a little nasally still, and yeah, I still got that weird, cough, and my sinuses are a little congested, but I feel good. I mean, I feel good. Like I said, I've been working out at the gym. I feel good. And one of the things that I feel so blessed through this is that it made me very hypersensitive towards my look at sugar, right? Everything. I don't care if it's even natural sugar like dates or apples or anything. I noticed in the first 3 days that any time that I would introduce even like apple juice, something as simple as apple juice watered down into my body, the headache would get worse. The headaches would get worse. And so would the pain in my liver. Literally, this sugar was feeding this thing. So one of my friends, he's also into the natural health and everything else. He said to me, stay the hell away from sugar, all sugar, anything that will even turn into sugar into your body. Leave it. Don't touch it. Do not feed this thing, because this thing is like a cancer, right? And it needs that. It needs that to feed on. So at that point, I became very hypersensitive towards sugar. And I made sure that not touching that. Everything was vegetables and protein, vegetables and protein. If I put it into my body, it was vegetables and protein. That was it. Because I even wanted to bring my glucose levels down. I wanted this gone as fast as possible. So what I noticed that a lot of people are doing on these groups is that they're telling people to drink, stay hydrated with Gatorade and stay hydrated with Pedialyte. Man, that's nothing but sugar. That is straight blood out sugar. You don't want that. You do not want to be giving that to your liver. Your liver is struggling. It does not need any sugar. It does not need any glucose to help it out. So there you go. That's my it's water. I've been trying to drink more water. So for 2022, one of the things that I've made a very clear resolution on is I'm going to cut out like almost all sugar out of my diet. I just don't even want it in there because I saw how my body reacted to that. And I also, I want to be a lot better to my body. And I know it's scary to say this, but I actually feel better now than before I got the virus. Okay, so before I leave, last but not least, I want to share one last thing with you guys. And then I'm going to go. I'm already at 35 minutes, and this is really long for me. Okay, so one of the things that they are seeing in the hospitals and seeing with this virus and everything else is that because, the viral load goes up in your liver, and because your kidneys have a hard time getting this through, getting all this junk through. And because of the spike proteins, sometimes the blood it'll form blood clots in your liver or in your kidneys or in other organs. And what ends up happening is maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, you're starting to feel good, and all of a sudden that clot breaks off and bam, you're in the hospital and you have a blood clot. So what I've been doing is 32 ounces of water, the juice of 1 lime. Okay, make sure it's good lemon or lime. It doesn't matter. The juice of 1 lemon or 1 lime, 1/8 of a teaspoon pink Himalayan salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Okay, as soon as I started to feel better, probably day 10, I started drinking 1 glass every day. The reason you want to do that, and you can drink that for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, however long you want. Okay, what this is going to do is the cayenne pepper will not allow blood clots to form. So I'm going to continue drinking this every day. This is going to be my staple every single day for 6 months. And I'm going to make sure that no way in hell am I going to have any blood clots anywhere. I don't want no surprises. All right. So there you go. Hopefully, YouTube, please be nice. Let the video stay up. Help some people out. I tried to help some people and I instantly got shut down on Facebook. It says, nope, alternative suggestions are sometimes more dangerous. You're not allowed. So I got censored. So I'm really hoping that, YouTube will allow this to stay up to help some people. Those who are in my throne group, you guys will also be receiving this video. So if it doesn't stay up on YouTube, you guys get it anyway. All right. So, and I'm going to see if I can maybe put it up in some other places, because I think it will help a lot of people. All right. There you go. Please focus. If you test positive or you come into contact with someone and you start showing this, put your blinders on and focus on your health, not on your fear. And I promise you, it will be a walk in the park. Because if you have been on this planet for 20, 30, or 40 years, I promise you, you have my 1000% promise that you have had a flu as bad as this, if not worse. I promise you that. You've already felt this. So it's not all that. Do not let it get inside your head. I don't care what you call it, call it the Tinkerbell junk, whatever. Do not label yourself that, and don't allow that name into your house, because it's going to mess with your head and it's going to affect you. All right. So please love and respect one another. We're all in this together. Nobody's better than anybody else. We are in this together. We need to help each other out. We need to help each other through this, because it's together. There is strength in numbers. And that's what we need right now. We need to support and love one another, not get divided. And oh, well, he didn't get this and she didn't get that, and he's not wearing this and she's not wearing that. No, that's division. That is what they want. They want to divide you because they know that once they divide you, they got you. So please love and respect one another, support one another through this. And I promise you, we're going to be out the other end so much better, just like me. I feel so much better now than before I ever came into this. Who would have thunk it? All right, till next week. I love you guys. And I know I'm so sorry for the first year ever. And all the time I've been doing YouTube, I did not do my favorite things for December. But hey, I was laid up, sorry. All right, stay tuned. Make sure you watch me next week. I got my new balm for the kidneys, and I'm going to introduce it to you next week. So make sure and watch that, all right? Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm so glad I'm still here. All right, bye-bye. Stay happy. Stay healthy.